Prince Harry has launched a scathing attack on what he calls the vile press as he gave evidence against a tabloid publisher in London's High Court. The Duke is accusing the Mirror group of newspapers of unlawful activities, including phone hacking, to generate stories about him. He claims their articles destroyed his adolescence, casting him as a drug taker. However, under cross-examination, the Mirror's lawyer said some of the Prince's claims were the realm of total speculation. Joining me now is Sunrise Royal editor Rob Jobson. Good morning to you. Jobbo, you were in that court. What did he have to say?
Well, he had quite a lot to say. He contradicted himself a lot from stuff that he'd written in spare, but yeah, it was pretty predictable what he was going to say. I mean, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, Harry, and he seemed to be struggling with the way that Mr. Green, the King's Counsel, was taking him to task. But, you know, I thought that he didn't particularly perform that well. I thought he was contradictory. He didn't have any evidence. He couldn't remember half the things that had been written about him. So it wasn't the greatest performance, really.
You're sounding pretty scathing. This could be the reason why. I'll just remind people what Harry, the fifth in line to the throne, said about you today in open court. He said he didn't regard you, Rob Jobson, as a specialist, and said instead of sources you had, quote, imaginations. Rob Jobson, what's your reply?
Well, I've been covering the story since he was 5, so, I mean, you know, I think I do qualify as an expert. I broke the story that Charles was to marry Camilla, the only time in history that that's happened. Was given the award by David Cameron. So if he doesn't regard me as an expert, I don't really care. My peers do, and that's all that really matters. He's got a little bit of beef about me because I obviously broke the story in one of my books about what Meghan wants, Meghan gets. He didn't like that. So, you know, he's funny, actually, as I was arriving at the court today, his car was just pulling in front of the Royal Courts of Justice, and I was just on the phone to somebody, and these two guys come up to me and said, there's a guy in that car taking photos of you. So he was papping me as I arrived at the court, which was rather bizarre. It sounds to me that he needs to calm down a little bit.
Wait a sec, Harry was taking photos of you out the window.
Well, his bodyguards he had a blacked out window, but his two bodyguards were taking photographs of me without my permission, intruding on my privacy. I might go away and have a cry.
OK, shots fired back across the bow from our Rob Jobson. Thank you very much. We might call Harry and get a response. Thanks, Jobbo. Talk to you soon. Here's Koshi.
Jobbo telling it like it is.